I'm a ghost. Ooh. No, I'm not. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to Mum D Does. I am Dee, a mum who does it all, and today we are celebrating Halloween. Ooh. There is a competition going on here on my island of the scariest pumpkin. So pumpkins have been delivered to everyone's houses and people have to carve them out and leave them at the end of their drives. And the community members can walk around the island and admire people's creations, and then the scariest, the most creative, best Halloween pumpkin wins the competition. So James and I have decided to move our scarecrow from our garden to the end of our drive and also put the pumpkin there. So we'll need your help to come and help us move the scarecrow. Come on. First things first, we need to carve a pumpkin. Draw circles. And of course we are carving the pumpkins to scare away all the unwanted spirits that wander the realm on Halloween night. So we're making them really scary. Ooh. Traditionally here in Orkney they would carve a turnip, but we have 3 lovely orange pumpkins and a turnip. So we will carve them all and we'll make a lovely, or rather James will make a lovely pumpkin and turnip and potato soup for our celebration dinner. And there's another lovely tradition up here in Orkney, which is to appease trouts. And the story goes that you have to put a little parcel of food and put it on the crossroads to appease these ancient spirits of the land. Now, I don't quite know if it's for the Halloween tradition or just an Orcadian tradition in general for every celebration, but what you have to do is open every lock in the house, and every locked object has to be open to allow these spirits free access to your house and to your belongings, and apparently that's how good luck comes into your house. Of course that does include all the bottles. So James, none of your homebrew demijohns are safe. I can't help it. Orange there, scoop scoop. Ron is having a fantastic time, and as always, that's all that matters. These are the sort of Halloween traditions that I want him to remember. Carving pumpkins with the family, lighting the jack-o'-lanterns, and of course eating pumpkin soup. I love how Ron is such a foodie. He always grabs things, no matter how new they are, puts them in his mouth, and then really enjoys them. Like right now, he's just eating a raw pumpkin. Now, it's much tastier cooked, but I'm sure it's delicious raw as well, and there's no harm, and so I'm just letting him explore the food that he has found. And he's really enjoying it, really loves it. Do you like that pumpkin? Ah, nom 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 nom. Nice. Hi, peekaboo.
Where are you?
Is that what the light did? Did it go bzzz? Ooh, whilst we were filming this video, the light flickered. What happened? Did it go like this? You don't know. We don't know. What did it do? Did it go bzzz? That's right. Maybe a friendly ghost is in the house with us already. Who knows? How exciting. Now, I'm not much of a believer in ghosts or spirits or anything like that. I'm quite skeptical. I like things to be logically explained. But I have to admit, once or twice, this house has given me a reason to raise my eyebrow a little bit. There was one time when I was pregnant that James went into town. Now, going into town for us is quite a feat. We have to take a ferry, and the ferry only comes to our island of Edi once in the morning and then once in the evening. So it's only set times that one can go into town and then back home to our island. And I could have sworn hand on heart that I heard the front door open and James say, "Hello!" And the dogs got really excited. They went woof, 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 and they ran to the front door. And I was busy working at the time, so I just said, "Hello!" And I really expected it to be James. And then suddenly I thought, hang on a minute, it's 3 in the afternoon. The ferry doesn't come into Edie until 4:30. So I thought, hang on, maybe James didn't go into town at all. Maybe he's just playing a trick on me, because James is like that sometimes. So I went outside with the dogs and I said, "Hello!" And the dogs were really excited. They were looking all around. And I couldn't see James. So I went into his shipping container and he wasn't there. And then I went to the sheds and he wasn't there. And then I thought to myself, this is really strange, because the boat doesn't come in until 4:30 and it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But the voice that I heard and the door, it really sounded like the door opened and James walked in and he said, "Hello," and then the dogs barked and I said, "Hello," but now we can't find him. So I decided to confront James and I went into my messenger and I said, "Where are you hiding?" And James sent me this really confused face saying, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, you just said hello." And he said, "No, I haven't. I'm in town." And he actually sent me a little video saying, "Look, I'm in town. The boat's not in until 4:30. And that was really strange, because I really could have sworn hand on heart, and the dogs reacted as if James actually had come back home. So it gave me this really goosebumpy, creepy feel. But that was probably the first sort of paranormal experience that I had. Now, the rational D puts it down to perhaps there was a bit of wind and perhaps there was a bit of a coincidence that it sounded the way it did. And with all the superstition up here in Orkney, with all the old ways and spirits being so rife and alive in people's beliefs, you never really know.
Yeah.
Have you had any paranormal, unexplained? No? You haven't? Have you had any paranormal, unexplained, weird things happen to you or in your house? Or do you know of anyone with any such experiences? Let me know in the comments down below. Spooky. I just want to share with you just how proud I am of James. He has applied to join the RFA in January. And it's taken us a long time to get to this stage, purely because the military moves in a very slow way. But he's got the job, he's been accepted, and his starting date is January. But James tells me that out of thousands who apply for his particular role, they only take 20 people a year. That's 2 lots of 10. And he is one of those 10 who is starting in the new year. So we've always known he can do it. We've always known he has the right skills, the right attitude. But we're also extremely proud that he's actually managed, once again, to land his dream job. It's never been hard for James. Whatever he wants to do, he sets his mind to it and he tends to achieve it. Which is really funny, because in school he's been told that he can't do everything he wants to. He has to choose a path and stick to it. But I guess he's proven them all wrong, as he's done everything from dog training to nursing to embalming. Ooh, spooky Halloween. Yeah. He's even been a priest. In the prison? Yeah. A priest in the prison service. How interesting. Basically, we're never short of stories when it comes to James's career. And RFA is a brand new direction and a brand new step. Although he's worked on boats in the army before, and he's worked at the salmon farm here on Edie, this is a brand new experience in that he's going to have to go away for up to 4 months at the time. The first initial stint is 7 months because that includes the training period. And it's going to be really hard for him to leave me and Ronnie behind. But the rewards are worth it. The financial rewards, the ability to have holidays, to travel and see the world, to show Ron the best of life, is worth all the effort both James and myself will have to put into this new stage of life, if you will. It just means we're going to have more opportunities open to us. And we really can't wait. So we're going to miss Daddy very much, aren't we? Yes. But then Daddy will come back and we'll go on holidays. Is that right? Dada, that's right. Look at my poor spoon. It's all bent, isn't it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. From our field, we can see an uninhabited island just across the sound of the sea. And on that island live a lot of seals. And what seals do is they make this very disembodied sounding call that echoes through the sea and sounds like ghosts. Woo! Woo! Is that what the seals say? Yes, what do they say? Can you say? Can you tell me? Like that, do they? Can you say it again? Right, like this, that's right. So sometimes when we take the dogs out for a walk after dark, it sounds really spooky because it's dark and we can't see them, but all we can hear is the wind carrying these disembodied sounds. Wind, that's right. Wind is blowing. That's right. And a little eye and a mouth. Do we need a nose? The nose, and then it has 2 eyes, does it? Little eye and a big eye. What do you think?
Oh,
Basically, this was an accident. And then I thought, oh well, it's gonna be a scary face. No. Peekaboo! You want to be a ghost, like this. Bang, 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 bang. Peekaboo! My ghost jumping on the trampoline. Peekaboo! Are they meant to be lucky or something? What is that, Ron? Where did it go? Just a brief little reminder that we do live on a farmhouse. On a farm.
Indeed.
In the middle of nowhere. Little critters find their way in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And Ron has a great time exploring them when they do. Now all these seeds will make a great first offering to the trows, although these trows are a little bit more physical and a bit more real because they are my chicken. Hello chickens! Look what I have for you. Happy Halloween! We're at the crossroads right next to our post box and the wheelie bin, and I have a cup of offerings, basically just chicken food and grain that I'm thinking the wild birds will eat. But this is the crossroads and we're offering this to the trows. Happy Halloween, trows! James and I have decided to move our scarecrow from our garden to the end of our drive. So this is the scarecrow I made in the summer to protect the little baby chicks from the crows and seagulls flying overhead. And I named her Gwendolyn because we wanted something Welsh. And there she is, my gorgeous beauty. She's become a bit saggy in the rain, so all the hay has gone down to her legs. Everything goes down to the hips, eh? So we're going to stop by the car, which I used as a drying rack for the hay. And now we're going to use that hay to pad her out a bit. And then we will put this at the end of the track to scare our neighbors, really. Because who else will come here? And we should see some horses on the way, as our neighbors have moved them into the field next door. How exciting! Do you want to come and see horses, Ronnie? Ronnie! Scary. We have a case of a free range for Ronnie. He gets his bike and off he goes. And when I'm here on my own, when James goes away to the RFA, I don't know how I'm gonna have ice at the back of my head with 2 dogs that tend to run off and do their own thing, and a child that does exactly the same. Oh, honestly, little things like that niggle at me now, realizing that I'm losing that extra pair of hands, extra pair of eyes, extra pair of parental supervision. The skills, the know-how is basically going to be me on my own. And I'm trying not to think about it, because I know I'll just make the most of it and do the best I can. But sometimes when I do think about it, it does scare me a bit. I did tell you that we have cows as neighbours and for company. And it is cows that are watching me take my scarecrow down. And I see horses. She suffered a terrible accident, as you can all see, which is very unfortunate.
What do you have from? Some boot polish.
The lady whose house we bought from called herself a white witch, and she told us that our house has very good vibes in it. And I have to agree, now that we lived there for 4 years, it does really have good vibes in it. I like my house. Boot polish. I don't know how long this is going to last, but you dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab, dab like that. And then go. Whoop, whoop. That's right, that's very good makeup artistry. You have a future as makeup artist, Ron. And some eyeshadow. Oh, that's lovely eyeshadow going on here, Ronnie. And then we're going to do the lips. Black lips like that. Oh, very pretty. Whoop, whoop. She has very wide lips because of the accident. No boy was harmed in the making of this video.
Well, that boy is.
This isn't harm, this is makeup. There we go. Smeared with all this boot polish. Smearing. This is fun. Look at his cheeks. I think Ronnie's having fun. Now she is perfect and ready for her role as a scarecrow of Halloween. I think Gwendolyn there looks great. She's a work of art, worthy of haunting your dreams and mine. We could be twins. Very well with carving. Happy Halloween! Or Samhain, or All Hallows Night, or whatever it is you celebrate. Happy night to you all. I hope you enjoyed our family celebrations. Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe down below to find out what Mum Dee does next week. Ta-ta for now!
Bye.